Hey there everyone, this is Coach Carl. For all you single dads out there, whether you're new or experienced, recently divorced, guys who are really committed to being a dad, this video is for you. There's some things I want to share with you about my own experience. I remember years ago, the first night in my new home after a divorce, and gosh, I'm lying in bed and I'm realizing all the things that I did that day that I'd never had to do on my own. And I was just exhausted. And the one thing that came up for me was this loneliness, this sadness, this fear that, gosh, I'm all on my own now. I can't make any mistakes. I can't miss work or my business. I got no backup or no backup plan. It's just me. And then I realized how many men out there never really had the time to look at their pain or their hurt or heal from the challenges of transitioning from being married and going through a divorce to being a single dad. And the reality is most men that I know really want to be a great father, not just an average guy, but to be able to be in a situation where you can feel satisfied and alive and fulfilled with being a dad, but yet very few have figured that out. So I want to share with you some of the things that I've discovered. And one of the things that I know the most is this operating system that we all have as men. We never grew up with an operating system here to be a single dad. It was get married and have kids and be happy, right? But the operating system never shifted. We never redeveloped a new way of being in this new domain called single dad or fatherhood. And one of the things that I've also discovered through this process of trial and error is I documented all these things and ways to help men. But the truth is, we have to take a step back and really take care of us in order to be a better dad and in order to take care of the things that matter most to us. But we often get stuck in the to-dos, the tasks, the running around trying to make everyone in our family happy, trying to make sure our kids are taken care of, and yet we put ourselves on the back burner. And I'm going to show you how to be able to shift that as well, because the truth is, we want to feel alive, we want to feel accomplished, we want to feel satisfied in what we're doing instead of run down. And what I realized throughout that process is there's 5 domains that we really have to focus on. I'm going to go to the board right now, and the first one is our masculinity. And what that means is the more I focused on my body, the more I focused on my purpose and developing deeper levels of clarity and staying true to myself, the more powerful I became in each of the other domains. And when I started looking at, family, well, you're a single dad. It takes on a different dynamic. And when I started creating a vision for how I wanted to lead as a single dad and hopefully again in a relationship, everything started to align with my vision. And I noticed a big shift in the energy and the way in which my daughter and I were relating to each other. The third domain is, business. If you're an employee, what's most important to you is that you're financially organized and feeling secure, that you're not going to run out of money, you're going to make it each and every month. And if you're a business owner and entrepreneur, gosh, you got to wear all the hats, right? You got to be the mom, the dad, the caretaker, run the kids to soccer games while still taking care of your business. And there's a way to do that by leveraging your time, by expanding your leadership ability in business to grow your profits without destroying your energy levels. Now, the fourth domain is fatherhood. We have to re-look at that because now you're going to start getting pulled in multiple different directions as opposed to staying grounded and present. And for fatherhood, it means balancing your masculine and feminine energy so that you can be in beast mode throughout the day or warrior mode. And then at home, when you're with your kids in the family and fatherhood, you're that gentle nurturer that you get to become, where you're receiving as opposed to always being in giving mode throughout the day. And to make all that happen, we've got to balance it out so that each of these domains we're experiencing at a richer and deeper level as opposed to in insecurity or fight or flight. And what I mean by balance is that no matter what you're doing throughout the day, you're fueling yourself and you're staying on purpose with all of that. When I went through this transition, wherever you're at, if you're the hurt dad, the wounded dad, the newly single dad, you're still battling your ex, or you're starting to notice that things are finally clicking together, I want you to get that you absolutely can do this. I went through a period of time where I doubted myself. Can I really do this by myself? And that's when I started really looking at these domains and getting clear on what being a single dad meant to me. So I want to give you 2 free offers. If you've resonated with anything that I've said, you can private message me. I'll give you a free copy of one of my books on parenting and being a single dad and superhero. But the biggest key key for me was realizing throughout this process, I needed to upgrade my skills. I needed to find a brotherhood of guys who had common values and a common future. But I also needed to embrace this opportunity to let it be a catapult me into other domains and expand my masculinity and really take on this opportunity, because being a single dad will be the greatest challenge of your life and also be the most amazing experience of your life. If you stick to principles that work, and if you find an operating system and learn how to work with these domains, you're going to start to notice you're much more satisfied and fulfilled. For those of you who've heard about my Warrior Dad training program, DM me about that as well. I'll send you out some free information and other videos. Until then, let's stay connected and keep raising the consciousness around what's possible for single dads.